Fallout has completely taken over. Thanks to the massive success of the show, and thanks to the curiosity of new players that are wanting to get into the lore and just understand the full backstory of all these years Fallout has been around. Steam sales have shown and proven that people are either into the game, into the show, and want to grasp onto the core understanding, especially as they move on. On the other side, it could be that OG players have reignited their passion, and it's also very available online. It helps a lot of streamers spread awareness about the game, especially people that are new to the franchise. And the marketing is through the roof. As a video game adaptation, this is exactly what we love to see. So what makes Fallout so great in terms of the show and in terms of the franchise? Well, that's the rare thing that we see when it comes to adaptation. There's tons of failures when video game adaptation movies are really trying to take it to the next level in terms of awareness of the brand. Or there's just games like, you know, the recent times, you know, Mario and Sonic that have gone through the roof in terms of video game adaptations. Now, this is a show. This is not necessarily a movie, but it looks damn good. And when we go back, when we touch base on the actual marketing, the lore, the franchise, this is something that is done through the roof. If you playing the game, if you playing the franchise Fallout, you know exactly what's going down in the shows immediately. If you've never even heard of this game, seen any gameplay, never picked up the controller to play this game, especially back in the day, then you're like, you still understand and you can get invested into the show. And that is something that is really remarkable with this, and the ratings don't lie about this. Now, it is only season 1 so far, at least up until this video, but what they did is so great. Even back in the 90s when video game adaptations, when I come to mind when I'm thinking of these types of things is Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat did really well in their 90s movies in terms of a video game that really went mainstream. Now, Fallout is not really as necessarily mainstream. They have a massive cult community that it was gonna take massive work to get their respect if you're gonna make this type of game into a show, and therefore they did capitalize on that. The marketing, as I said earlier, it is extremely through the roof. The marketing, it's on Amazon Prime everywhere. So if you have Prime, you already have it for free. The Fallout games are all over Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you got yourself basically the whole franchise right there on Game Pass. On Steam, they've had sales on New Vegas, and they had sales on a lot, and they're still top selling right now. So that already goes to expand the essence of the curiosity of new people, or just people that are don't have no clue what's going on in the origin, and they want to figure it out. It sparks so much. So you put hype on top of great marketing, on top of actually bringing a mainstream audience into the core curriculum of what Fallout is, and the understanding, and then on top of that, the show itself really shows in itself, no pun, that it challenges your cognitive approach to the story. It challenges the fact of, it is exactly what I'll say. One thing from the show, and we're not definitely gonna spoil anything for you all. Please watch the show, try out the games. If you have Game Pass or if you have Steam or something, like just grasp onto them. But Maximus says one thing in the show, and he says that everybody wants to save the world. They just kind of have their own unique way of how they want to do it. You know, as the world continuously has different beliefs, a lot of it can be challenged when your mind, if you're into conspiracy theorists, either ideas, why they are doing what they're doing, saving their own world, at least their own world, right? Not the world. I say I'm not giving out spoilers, but like if it's somebody, it's basically like you saving your own family and your friends, right? That's your world. So they're expanding on the notion that everybody lives in their own world. And of course you have the vaults and everything. When it comes to the vaults with Vault Tech, I recommend you really just look into some backstory in terms of the vaults. If you don't want to try out the game in all totality all over again, at least learn about what was going down with Vault Tech and the vaults, and it'll really bring you in and help you understand a lot. And you have people on the service that are just survival of the fittest, you know what I mean? Everybody has their own prophecy, their own like philosophy on how they want to kind of structure the world into a new beginning. And Fallout does so incredible with that. I think that was the best part of the show, was the challenge, the philosophical challenges that they bring to the show. Meaning, is this really the right thing to do? We want the world to be better as we move forward. This is our way to do it, and we want to be this way. This is how the world will get better. And so, if you don't know the lore of the show, you still understand so much. Of course, every show also has all types of the plot twist and all that. They do that so well, where the naive portion of things, like, oh, we're just gonna be like nice and kind all day. And so there's a lot of challenging components that are like, oh shit. But if you know the game and the franchise, you've beaten the games, or you put tons of hours into these games, then you know exactly what this game is delivering, and they're doing it damn well, at least for a video game adaptation. Is it perfect? No, but it's damn good, and it's a great way to pass time. It's not too long, the first season at least, and so you can really get into things really quickly, and a lot of this is available. This is more of a cult game, so it's cool to see more of a cult video game community aspect wise that has depth, a lot of years. It's cool to see this type of adaptation actually be executed, because we've seen a lot of Halo stuff that is not executed. And so when you see a game that's really like, damn, like this has a strong community, if you fuck this up, you might ruin it for a lot of people that are going to be pissed off. But not only that, they deserve so much credit for executing the crap out of this show, to where a cult community like a Fallout community that have really desired this game, and people that are kind of casual players like myself that casually play Fallout, and then you have your mainstream audience that don't even know what the hell Fallout was, never played the game, never done anything with the game, and all of us can all come to agreement that the show was great. And then if you're a casual player like me, understand that the marketing for the show has been great, and the marketing for the game has been great, and now the brand in totality is great. Man, it is so good on how they're showing the actual logo, and yeah, there's just so much that they did so well with this that it still keeps me speechless at times of how solid it was. And of course they just knock it out the park. And this game, this show, everything was really cool. The music in here is cool. The frequency, the pace, I think is solid. It could be, I don't know if it could be better, but I think it was a solid pace. Again, you had to do it, like they're trying to do a lot in a condensed time. We don't know how many seasons this show is going to have, but they did a lot in a condensed time. So it is great to see that throughout all these years of Fallout that they did do really well for this type of season. I think it's like 8 episodes, I think. So they did really good with that. Challenging beliefs, knowing that people wanted a better future moving forward in real life action. A lot of the references to the game. I'm not going to say anything about that stuff. I try to be as vague as I can in this conversation. So please do yourself a favor. If you have not seen the show, just hang out on a Sunday, you know, or something and watch it. Now it is very like, it's a mature show, so just know that there's a lot of stuff. Beginning is a great, you know, plot. It's a great climax. It's a great ending, and it, again, not perfect, but tons of references. Great for the like actual diehard grimy cult community of Fallout. Then casual Fallout players like myself, it's really good for, because we still understand stuff. But if you're someone that does not understand the game, this is probably one of the coolest adaptations to watch when you don't know shit about a video game, and therefore that needs to be praised so much more, because so many video game adaptations have tried to do stuff like this and they completely fail at it because it's so hard to really get a mainstream audience into it. This by far had been incredible. I hope there's a lot of other games that try to look into this, because gaming now is such an industry where it's evolved. You know, gaming back then, especially back in my days, we're old. Gaming used to be not seen as some really cool thing to do, something you can't do for a living, whether it's adaptations or whatever it is. You just couldn't do it. Nowadays, you can do so much with gaming, and it's billionaire aspects for a reason, and billion-dollar companies. And the reasoning is because stuff like this, a brand itself can get elevated so far if it's adapted the right way, and then it brings massive awareness to where now streamers are all playing Fallout. Twitch viewers have gone out on Fallout. Man, they've gone out so much now, bro. I think it's like Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas that are going insane on Twitch now. The YouTube streams are doing great. Content has been doing great. Again, Steam sales that look great. Concurrent players are now doing great. I think there's a PS5 update soon coming up. That's also great. And there's just so many things all around. The Prime Video, the Game Pass promotions. So now you got like PS5, Xbox going wild on those. And then it's just so cool to see that. And it's by far one of the best video game adaptations on the market for now. And it's something that we should praise. Hopefully moving forward, they just continuously to stick to that structure. Now, of course, it is like quote unquote Hollywood, but still, they can still keep a lot of references no matter how they try to adapt certain things, man. But to me, I think they knocked it out the park. Let me know what y'all think, man. Leave your thoughts, of course, and then also just leave all your insights. If you're an OG player, if you never even played Fallout, but you're like, holy shit, I'm interested now. What video game adaptation should other people try? This should be a massive fundamental foundation for people to want to try to do these things. I think this is what really makes a great, TV, great for entertainment and the way it should be, in my opinion. But y'all gotta let me know what's up, man. And of course, the goal man himself, like, he is crushing it, bro. So y'all let me know what's up. I appreciate y'all. Peace.